Okay, welcome to another drive-through rundown. I'm going to go over the Wave 2 ships, the Millennium Falcon, the Slave 1, the A-Wing, and the TIE Interceptor expansion ships. Just wanted to show you the case here. It's already been taken apart and the stuff removed from it. Now I can store in this one the Millennium Falcon and the A-Wing in here, as well as some of the cards and everything. Let me just kind of pan over here. I've got these set up. I'll show them to you in just a second. I did still have room over here, just if you missed my first one on this. So basically I've cut these out, and I did that with the A-Wing as well. So I sort of resized these little clamshell things. I got all the extra cards and bits that come with both expansions in here. So still using this box here, and then I'm also using the Slave 1 box and the Millennium Falcon box to store everything, so it stores pretty well. Okay, so the first model to look at here is the A-Wing, and you can see that's a very tiny model there. We're going to zoom in a little bit, get some detail there. It comes on a small base there, but just for size comparison, it's a little bit smaller than your normal X-Wings and TIE Fighters, and very much smaller than these the Slave 1 and the Millennium Falcon there. Those are the two first large ships in the set, but let's take a look back here at the X-Wing. Again, very small. Also very maneuverable. You can see it's got a lot of maneuver-based icons here. Specifically this one here, this is a boost action there. So instead of taking like an evade or a focus or a lock, you can do a maneuver, and that basically just moves you one click forward with the range ruler to give you a little bit of extra distance there. So here we can see, you've got Tycho. That's kind of like the main character I think most people would know. Probably not a lot of people actually. And you got a little bit of a stats. It's got shields and stuff on there. So that is the A-Wing. And then next we have the TIE Interceptor here. So this is the new Imperial sort of speed demon. There's some of the detail there. You can see that. This guy also has the boost action as an ability there. So if we zoom down here and take a look, here's the TIE Interceptor. Now he doesn't have any shields on him. But these are sort of the two basic models. These are the ones people maybe will buy multiple copies of. I'm not going to do that, but I just wanted to give you a highlight of those. Next we have the Slave 1, and that's Boba Fett ship. And as I said, it's also got a bigger model, but if we take a look down here at Boba Fett's template there, you can see not only do you have your firing arc, you've also got a reverse firing arc. Now you can fire your main weapons here, in this case you get 3 attack dice. You can fire them forward or backward. If you have any auxiliary cards, like remember you can get these equipment cards, you can't shoot those backwards, but you can shoot them forward. Now the other thing that the Boba Fett ship can do is you can lay bombs here. And you see you got 2 bomb tokens here. And what you're going to do for your action here is you can lay this out, and you can actually drop this behind you. You put it between the little notches there, and these each have a different characteristic here. So it's got a card here describing that right here. So you've got your seismic charge here, and then when this bomb token detonates, each ship at range 1 of the token suffers 1 damage. Then discard this token. So it's a seismic charge. Then you've got your proximity mine here, and this one's basically when a ship flies through it, you're going to roll 3 attack dice there. So you can kind of plant these little sort of hindrances on the battlefield or in space there for people to fly through, and that's kind of interesting, especially with the you consider the pilot rating here and the movement and sort of trying to also predict. There's a little bit of deduction there that happens with with the bombs. In addition, the Slave 1 here, it comes with a little instruction book here, talks about some of the new characteristics here, and then we've got a mission here. So you can see this is called Prey Stalker, and basically what happens, there's this token here, a bounty token. So if I zoom over here like so, you can see this bounty token is the same size as the number token. So these will fit, if we look over here, inside the little stands there. So in this particular mission, the rebel player will designate one of these guys to be the bounty. Now this is going to cost double your army points for the thing. So the objective of that mission is the rebel guy's going to have a guy with a bounty on it. The Imperial player just has to kill this guy to win, and then the rebel player obviously has to kill all of the Imperial guys to win that. So that's a neat little mission there, and I really like the different missions and scenarios because they really add more to the gameplay than just flying around and guessing. Finally, we've got the Big Daddy here. We've got the Millennium Falcon. There's a lot of nice detail on here. Just to zoom in, you can see into the cockpit there. You got the little radar. You got the little gun turret on top there. And speaking of the turret, if we take a look here at the Chewbacca pilot here, because it's got Chewbacca, Lando Calrissian, Han Solo, you can see it has a 360-degree angle there. So you've got your normal firing arc there, and you can fire your secondary weapons through here, but your primary weapon, you can fire that in a 360-degree arc because it's got that turret on top, and I think that's a really neat aspect to this ship. And this is just a gorgeous ship, and obviously I think it'd be a lot of the most people's favorite ship. You know, it's Han Solo's ship. So you've got that there, and then in terms of the missions here, you've got a mission here, and you've got container. You can smuggle these. You've got some other tokens here for, you know, to be able to put in Imperial ships and steal. It comes with its own little rule book over here, so you can see, you know, you got your stuff, and then it's got another mission there, so you can try to steal things and smuggle and stuff like that. So that's also another cool aspect. So now you've got 6 official missions to play with. And, you know, you've got these sort of unique ships with some different characteristics there. The last thing I want to show you, not to make this too long, is now there's a lot of these little pilots here. So, and this is cool. You get Han Solo, you get Lando Calrissian there, you got Chewbacca there. So there's all these different cards here. We all know about that. There's a bunch of abilities. But there's a couple of new things with these enhancement cards here. So the first thing you got here are these modifications, and they have these little things on the back there. Now these can be applied to any ship. There's no icon at the bottom there that you have to worry about. So like for example, this one is a shield upgrade. So increase your shield value by 1. Still got army points you got to spend, but you know, you can apply that to any ship if you want to really, you know, get a bunch of shields. You know, let's say you wanted to do the traditional, you know, swarm of weenie TIE fighters, and then go and stick shield upgrades on all of them. That's going to be a little bit interesting. Then you've got like an engine upgrade here. What's this one do? Your action bar, you get the boost action there. I mean, that'd be cool. You could throw the boost action on, I don't know, the Millennium Falcon. You got stealth. You know, there's other modifications. These can go to anybody. Next, you have these cards here, and I forget what these are called actually. These are the titles, that's right. So these are going to be ship specific. So you got Slave 1, so obviously you can only put this on Slave 1. So this is a little thing, you can use that. They got 0 points there, and there's one here for the Millennium Falcon. So just some more ship specific things that you can add and kind of play with, and this gives them a little bit of room. I think more or less, you know, the key point of this is lots of room in the future to modify sort of the ships that are prevalent in the canon that have a lot of characters and, you know, some backstory to them. It gives them the ability to change that up. That's kind of neat. And then next we have these personalities here, like so. So we've got these cards here, and you can see here, so he's a rebel only, and then Luke Skywalker, he's a rebel only. So you can sort of outfit personal, like modify the characters more. That's what I'm trying to say. So in this case, you can modify, you know, the Millennium Falcon into the future and just modify the ship without having to change out, you know, whole new pilot cards. This way you can kind of modify the characters a little bit, so you don't have to like reprint a new Luke or anything like that. And you can sort of add a Luke to a different ship, because you can see you've got Luke in here, you know, in the turret of the Millennium Falcon. And so that's going to add a lot of flexibility there. So overall, again, let's just give it a last little shot of each ship there. You got the Millennium Falcon, that's the Big Daddy. Great artwork. Let's take a look at the back of the Slave 1 here, the Boba Fett ship. That came out of the thing there. So you got nice detail in the mechanics there of everything. You know, finally the TIE Interceptor, which is probably the coolest looking TIE fighter. So we've got that there, and you got some detail in there. So that's kind of nice. And then the A-Wing, which is sort of the speed demon of the whole universe and all the Star Wars there. So that's really nice. And just a great job. I just, you know, I don't usually spend time on components in my videos, but this is one that definitely deserves it. Okay, so I think that's it. Just wanted to give you kind of a quick rundown what you're going to get in these different expansions. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.